What is creativity? Does it come to us like a bolt out of the blue? Does it take the mind of a genius to think of something new? Can we learn to create? What do Einstein, Michelangelo, Shakespeare, Mozart, and you have in common? To shed light on the nature of the creative process, here is internationally renowned conductor, musician, and explorer of original thought, Maestro Boris Brott.
Thank you so much. What a pleasure to be speaking with all of you today. In today's rapidly changing business and artistic environment, there are two elements more needed than ever for success: teamwork and the ability to think creatively together, to provide the solutions needed to step into the future together. And this is what we will be learning about and doing at this conference. In the next few minutes, I hope to turn you into a creative musical team. And you're going to amaze yourselves with your ability to work together in a way most of you may never have dreamed of, and have some fun doing it. Now, for a moment, imagine the feeling of creating something really totally new. A rock and roll hit, or a symphony, a new product for your customers, or a better way for your company to do business. Does that sound impossible? Seem mysterious? Well, mysterious perhaps, but definitely not impossible. How do I know? Because my wife, my children, you, and I have all done it. Some of us only yesterday. So join me on this adventure into the mind by way of the experiences of the world's most original thinkers. Together, we'll search for a step-by-step process to unlock the creativity that's inside each and every one of us.
During this presentation, I will reveal a 4-step process to encourage your creativity. Step 1, drink in existing knowledge and develop a desire to add to it. Step 2, generate dozens of ideas that address the challenge. Step 3, apply practical thinking to select your best ideas. Step 4, present the solution and move on to the next challenge.
Let me show you. Do these pearls of wisdom sound familiar? Think logically. Color between the lines. An elephant can't be that color. Just as we learned to hide our creative side, starting right now, we can learn how to use it to our advantage. Now, many of you have probably seen this kind of example before. It's meant to free the mind's creative side. First of all, I'm going to draw a very simple shape, and then I'm going to ask you to imagine all the things that drawing might represent. And to put you at ease about offering your creative suggestions in front of your colleagues, let's ask the boss to help out. Where's Jim? Jim? Come on up. Jim Milligan. Now, Jim, what's that suggest to you?
That would be a fee.
What else does that suggest? Very good. He's very good. What else could that be? Let's take this. What if you did something to it?
Let's turn it upside down. Make it a mountain.
Mountaintop?
Now, if we go back to the original shape, you could make it into Howard's favorite breakfast food.
Thank you very much, Jim. That's very creative indeed. I think you can go back to your seat now. Thank you very much. So creativity can be pure, spontaneous fun, and it's also a simple process. Let me tell you a personal story. It's about my son, David. He was about 5 years of age at the time. and I was returning from some conducting engagements in Europe. My wife, Ardith, had just had the living room walls repapered with some gorgeous white silk damask. And the paper hangers had just left for the day. All the furniture was clustered in the middle of the room. Apparently, my son entered this inspiring environment and saw not newly papered walls, but an empty canvas, just awaiting his creativity. He went to his room, gathered his arsenal of indelible marker pens, and went to work. Later on, Ardith, discovering the resulting mural, warned David of his impending doom with that timeless maternal phrase, "Wait till your dad gets home." When I did arrive, I was escorted to the crime scene where I took a moment to assess my son's artwork. And I turned to Ardith and said, "You know, let's not punish David. That's very good. Why don't we buy him a roller, brushes, and paint, and assign him his own wall where he'll be free to create upstairs on the family room?" Today, David is 17, and acquaintances are paying him to paint murals on their walls. He composes music, plays piano, electric bass, and drums, and leads a rock group called Remotely Kosher, would you believe? Now, I believe that our support has allowed him to enjoy his creativity, to accept artistic experiment and failure, and to enjoy fulfillment in his art. Now, if Dave chooses to be a stockbroker, mortgage salesperson, or opens his mind and creative gifts, will be of great value to him. Okay, now, if you reach beneath your seats, you will find a little box. Please take out the contents. I know there are all kinds of people standing behind the walls. Come, there are lots of seats in front. Please come and join us. Now, we've organized you into 5 groups. Now, to recapture the original sound of the work, I've brought along my orchestra. Now, don't forget, wait till I turn around and cue you. Stravinsky's harmonies were revolutionary, and his rhythms were frightening to some and complex to others. His 1910 ballet, The Firebird, was nearly impossible for dancers and musicians of that day to perform, and difficult, frankly, for the audiences to understand. That was fabulous.